Your heart is pounding, your loved one or teammate is raising their voice, and you feel that familiar panic rising. Your chest tightens, thoughts start racing, and suddenly you're not thinking clearly anymore. Do this with me right now. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 4, 2, 3, 4. Now out through your mouth for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel that shift? This isn't magic, it's neuroscience, and you can use it to instantly hit the reset button when panic begins to strike. Hi, I'm Will Deek, college professor and longtime martial artist, and today we're talking about stopping panic spirals before they hijack your brain. I'm going to give you 2 techniques that work in under 60 seconds, plus a simple physical anchor that makes them automatic. But first, let's talk about what's actually happening in your brain during conflict. When someone raises their voice or challenges you, your amygdala sounds the alarm. This tiny almond-shaped structure sits deep in your limbic system, your brain's emotional control center, and it's your automatic danger detector. Think of it like your brain's overly dramatic security guard that controls your behavior and emotions, except it can't tell the difference between a house fire and burnt toast. The moment that alarm goes off, your body dumps a chemical cocktail into your bloodstream. Your adrenaline spikes, your heart rate, cortisol floods your system, and your thinking brain goes offline. You're literally running on your caveman operating system now, and your brain's thinking it's being attacked by a saber-toothed tiger. So what do most people do? They hold their breath, they hunch their shoulders up to their ears, strain their neck muscles, or try to think their way out of panic. But there's a problem with that strategy. You can't think of your way out of a biological response. It's like trying to talk your way out of a sneeze. That's why we have to activate the vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve is your emergency brake system. It's the main highway between your brain and your body. That's when you activate it properly, it tells your nervous system to calm down. But here's where the controlled breathing comes in. When you extend your exhale longer than your inhale, you're literally flipping a switch in your nervous system. You're moving from fight or flight to rest and digest mode. The longer exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system through the vagus nerve. Now, I learned this the hard way in my early martial arts training. You're standing across from someone who's about to throw punches, and your body just wants to panic. New students always make the same mistake. They start breathing up in their chest using what we call costal breathing. This only fills the upper part of your lungs, leaving over 50% of your lung capacity unused. You're literally starving your body of oxygen when you need it the most. But my instructor taught me something crucial: diaphragmic breathing, deep belly breathing like babies do naturally. When you breathe with your diaphragm, that dome-shaped muscle at the bottom of your rib cage, you're filling your entire lungs with oxygen. Your stomach rises and falls, not just your chest. This is why beginning martial arts students run out of energy so fast. They're just not getting enough fuel for their system for that martial arts practice. The same principle applies to panic. When stress hits, most people immediately switch to shallow chest breathing, cutting off their oxygen supply right when they need it the most. But if you've trained your body to breathe deep into your belly during calm moments, that's what it defaults to under pressure. Same principle applies here. You practice these breathing drills when you're calm, so they're automatic when emotions run high. When your mind thinks it's in danger, whether it's a heated argument or someone challenging you, you want to respond like a black belt, not like someone who's never trained before. You don't want to wait until the middle of a heated argument to learn how to breathe. Think about it like this. Your nervous system is like a muscle. The more you train it to respond calmly under pressure, the stronger that response becomes. But if you only try these techniques during crisis moments, you're asking your brain to learn a new skill while it's already in survival mode. But here's what most people mess up the most with this technique. They rush through it, they breathe shallow, or they forget the most important part, the physical anchor that makes everything stick. So let's break down this technique step by step. 4 seconds in through your nose, 4 seconds hold, 6 seconds out through your mouth. But here's the key. That longer exhale is doing all the heavy lifting. It's activating your vagus nerve for maximum calm. Try this right now. Breathe in through your nose for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 4, 2, 3, 4. Now here's the crucial part. Out through your mouth for 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, here's where we add the physical anchor that makes this technique stick. During that 4-second hold, pinch your forearm, not hard enough to hurt, just firm enough to feel it. This creates a physical reset point that your nervous system will remember. So let's do it again with the anchor. In for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold and pinch your forearm. 2, 3, 4. Release the pinch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here's where we make it even more powerful. During that exhale, you're going to use a working affirmation, not some fluffy, positive thinking one, but something that actually grounds you in the moment. Try one of these. I am directing my focus now, or my body is safe, my mind is clear, or I am in control of this breath. Let's practice with the affirmation. In for 4, hold and pinch. Now exhale for 6 while saying internally, I am directing my focus now. The training floor approach is crucial here. You need to master this technique during calm moments. Set a daily timer and practice 3 rounds. Just like in martial arts, you don't learn to move those moves during a fight. You practice forms on an empty training floor so your body knows what to do when the pressure is on. Common mistakes I see are that people make all the time are they rush the count. They breathe in shallow in their chest instead of deep in their belly, or they forget the anchor completely. That pinch isn't optional. It's creating a conditional response that will trigger faster each time you use it. Use this technique before walking into the conflict room. If you know you're about to have a difficult conversation, step into the bathroom and do 3 rounds. Your nervous system will be primed for calm instead of chaos. This works for heated discussions, receiving criticism, family arguments, any situation where you can feel that panic starting to build. The key is catching it early before your thinking brain completely goes offline. Why does practice matter so much? Like muscle memory and martial arts, your nervous system needs repetition to make this automatic. When someone's yelling at you, it's not the time to remember the breathing count. You want this response to be as natural as ducking when something flies at your head. Now, if you need something even faster, there's what scientists call the physiological sigh. This is your emergency reset when you're already in the middle of a conflict and you can't step away. Try it with me. Take in 1 big deep breath in through your nose to really fill up your lungs, then follow it with 1 quick short extra inhale. Now 1 long exhale through your mouth. The reason this works so fast is because the double inhale pops open all the little air sacs in your lungs that collapse when you're stressed. And that long exhale quickly removes carbon dioxide from your system, which triggers immediate relaxation. When to use this instead of the 4-4-6? Mid-conversation panic. Surprise confrontations. Anytime you can't excuse yourself for a full breathing routine. You can do this while someone's talking and they won't even notice that you're doing it. Add your anchor here. During that long exhale, pinch your forearm. Same physical reset point, same conditioned response. That's your building right here. For the working affirmation, on the exhale, I choose my response. It's short, fits the breath pattern, and it reminds you that you have control over how you react. Let's practice the complete technique. One deep breath to fill your lungs. Then one short, quick inhale. Long exhale with the pinch, and I choose my response. Real-world applications. Use this during a bathroom break in tense meetings, in your car before difficult conversations, even while sitting at your desk when you feel overwhelmed. It takes 15 seconds max. The training floor mindset applies here too. This is your emergency martial arts form. Quick, instinctive, practiced until it's second nature. You're not thinking about the technique when you need it, you're just doing it. Think about combining both of these techniques strategically. Use the 4-4-6 method for preparation when you know conflict is coming. Use the physiological sigh for the emergency reset when you're caught off guard. The best part about these techniques, they work immediately, but they get stronger with every practice. Every time you use them, you're building and strengthening that neural pathway from thinking conscious technique to an automatic positive response. Think about it like this. You're literally rewiring your brain. Each practice session is like adding another layer of insulation to that calm response wire. First time, you have to think about it. 10th time, your nervous system begins to recognize the pattern. 50th time, it's as automatic as catching yourself when you trip. The training floor rules is simple. Never wait until the physical confrontation to learn the moves. Practice when it's calm, so it's available when you're stressed out. Your daily training should be 2 to 3 rounds when there's no conflict, just like practicing forms on an empty training floor. You're training your nervous system like a martial art. Repetition builds the pathway from conscious technique to automatic response. 2 tools, 1 anchor, working affirmations that actually work. It's the same approach I use in my Silence Your Inner Critic course. Practical, science-backed methods that work with your brain's operating system instead of against it. Oh, one last thing, just hit subscribe for more brain-boosting hacks that take minutes but change everything. It's an easy and free way to support us, and you'll boost your brain power along the way. Until the next time, this is Will Deek wishing you only success. And remember, you can handle whatever comes your way when you control your response first by your breathing.